After seeing the new lineup of Mac computers, I decided to sell my beloved Windows desktop. And after using my wit to convince my wife this will be a game changer purchase for me, I YOLO bought the newest MacBook Pro. My wife agreed that this was a great idea. And here it is. It just arrived. I haven't even opened it yet. Will this in fact change the game for me? Will I actually have more fun switching teams? Here's my plan. Since I bought this during the holiday season, I have a 2-month return window. So after recording this footage, I'm going to fire it up, log in, set up my video editing app, and really try and settle in to the ecosystem. I'm gonna switch over and use all the Mac apps. See, this is the scary part. I'm used to Google Chrome and just all things Windows, right? My muscle memory runs deep, and it's gonna be frustrating at times, I'm sure, but I'll commit. Like, will my awesome MX Master 3S mouse even work on this? I don't know yet. To all you Mac users out there, do you just use all the stock apps Apple provides like Safari, or do you use other apps such as the Google stuff like Chrome, Photos, etc.? I guess I have to switch all my calendar stuff too. This is gonna be a lot. Okay, let me go tinker, then I will give you my impressions of this computer. We can figure out if you Mac users have been right all along, or if you've been brainwashed into overpaying for this stuff when you could have been saving money with more features this whole time. Let's go. All right, I've used the Mac for a few days now, and I have some good news for you Mac users out there. You haven't been brainwashed. This thing is sick. It is. It really is. Look, I'm no Dave 2D. I haven't used a ton of laptops. I do have a solid Windows laptop I bought a couple years ago, but this thing, oh geez. You can tell just by using it that it's on another level. The build quality, the screen, the keyboard, the speakers, the speed, I mean, damn. Now, it's not perfect, and a lifetime of using Windows gets in the way of enjoying every little thing about this laptop for now. Things like the keyboard layout, for example. There are so many buttons over here. I really miss cutting and pasting on a Windows keyboard. Control-C, Control-V, a natural movement of the hand. With the Mac, it's Command-C and Command-V. You want me to use my longest finger before and beside a shorter one? Ugh, it feels terrible. And like there's no backspace key, it's just delete. See, to me, backspace deletes backwards and the delete key deletes forwards, which I use all the time. With this, if I want to delete forward, I have to hold Function, which is on the opposite side of the keyboard, so I have to use 2 hands. But look, I knew there would be these kinds of issues switching over. They're little things that probably won't matter in the long run. So I can't fault Apple for that. So it's been a tiny bit frustrating at first, but now that I'm starting to get used to it, it's honestly better than I expected. Apple kind of just lays it all out there, and it's really easy to use. It's a very thoughtful design, and not just with the hardware, but with the user experience. I get why people like it. As far as the performance too, I mean, this thing is super snappy. It's great and doesn't get hot or noisy at all. My Windows laptop has a video card, it's a 2060, and it sounds like it's gonna fly away when I game on it. And it gets hot, especially if you're using it on your lap without a lap desk. You don't. But this thing, smooth, quiet, it stays cold, it's sick. Now the best part, and honestly the main reason I switched, is my Windows laptop has a good video card on it and really solid performance when it's plugged in. The moment I unplug it, well, it kinda just feels like it ages 40 years in the moment I take away the power. When I do video editing on these things side by side, the Windows one does okay for a while until I really start to push it. The moment I unplug the Windows laptop, it's not even close. And while I didn't get footage of me editing videos on my desktop that I just sold, look, my desktop had an 11th generation i7 CPU with a RTX 3080 video card, and this Apple laptop running on battery absolutely spanks that desktop. Like, I don't even believe it. It's wild. Well done, Apple. Let me talk about a few more features and things before I wrap up. I love the Touch ID. Maybe Windows have this feature on some of their laptops, I'm not sure. I'm the kind of person, I don't have lock screens. I don't use it on my phone or on my computers, but with this, I just use my fingerprint and it instantly pays for things, it instantly unlocks things. I like it a lot. Plus the trackpad is nice. There are all sorts of gestures which I'm still learning, but I like them a lot too. I just like touching this thing. Does that sound weird? Well, I do. The screen is gorgeous, though it's reflective. If you have a window behind you or you're at the coffee shop or something, it could get annoying, but that's just what is expected with any kind of these screens like this. So I can't knock that. Colors are just... Here's something too. It opens up more than my Windows laptop. It is really useful if I'm using it on the counter, and I appreciate that. Again, I'm sure some Windows laptops open up very wide as well, but this one opens up wider than my last one, and I like that. Even though I haven't used it for long, Safari feels good. There's an ad blocker. You can customize it however you like. I also love the built-in maps. I like how I can just swipe between open programs without them timing out in the background. I love how GarageBand is built in, and it's just fun to use. Geez, there's a lot here. I'm not gonna go any deeper. This isn't my review. I just wanted to make this video to say, I took a chance. I'd been saving my pennies. I dished out the cash. I went for it. Switching ecosystems when you're 40 years old is not easy. And I'm probably the last person in my family you would have expected to jump ship with Apple. I have Google stuff throughout my house. I have an Android phone. I have an Android watch. I've been Team Google for years. But I've noticed what Apple has been doing, and it's been hard to deny that their products are just fantastic, especially for people who do what I do, create and edit videos with some light gaming on the side. And like, I recently bought Sonos speakers for around the house to replace the Google stuff, which I reviewed on my channel, and like Apple stuff, they just work and have a great user experience. It's really been worth investing in. You pay more for Apple and Sonos, but you're investing in the ecosystem. With these things, it's not a 1 versus 1 battle. It's a tribe thing. And the Apple tribe is more cohesive than the Windows tribe. At least that's how it feels so far. I feel like that with this purchase, I like it a lot, more than I expected to. I'm excited to use it. I'm excited to see what it's capable of. I can honestly see myself now getting an iPhone and maybe switching completely over in the near future. We'll see. This laptop has made video editing a breeze. It can handle the games that I play no problem. The only thing I'm concerned about with this MacBook Pro model is the RAM. Since I went with the base model, I think it has 18 gigs of RAM. And because I do the video editing, I might return this and upgrade to the Max just to get the most out of video editing, but then I will get worse battery life. So I'm not sure yet what I'm gonna do. A couple more quick things since I'm learning as I go. I love the charging speed on this thing. I mean, the battery life has been great, although I can't really give an exact number for how long it lasts. It just seems to last for days. It charges super quick, and the mag charge is pretty neat. Also, it has a built-in SD card reader, which is huge for me. The thing is, with the power that this thing offers me when I'm video editing, it gives me more tools to help tell the story, to use more plugins and effects, way more than I was able to do with my Windows machine. Now I can use all those effects to do things like this and this. And I can do that without waiting for the PC to load and working on what feels like a slideshow. Now, while I'm here, I thought I would also mention a few things that I don't love. The first is that this laptop is slippery. Feels like it's going to slide off things. I don't want to put a case on it or anything. I love the feel of it. Look at me even trying to open it up on a counter. It just slides. When opening it up feels pretty good. The first centimeter kind of feels loose. I like that it has a nice lip to open it up and it feels solid when you close it, but just that little bit right when you open it up doesn't feel great. And I don't really know what this is. Are these just open programs? I had to put a third-party app called Rectangle to snap windows around, which is what I like and what I'm used to. But then it has these ugly apps over here. Also in the Mac menu bar down here, there's a couple extra icons and sometimes they stack. I don't really understand what they are, what's going on. Okay, but that's about it. Back to the video. I have been purchasing some other things such as the iPad. Actually, I bought 2 and I will return 1. The battle of the iPads. Who will win? Who will lose? I'll compare those and put that video here once it's ready. In the meantime, maybe check out this video next. As always, thank you for watching and please let me know if you are or you're not in the Apple ecosystem and why. I always want to know the why. I mean, for me, the why has always been the price because it's dang expensive, but for something I use every day, it does seem worth it.
See you next time on The Sad Life.